biggest signing first, and then you work around that.
What about if your biggest signing is Alexander Isak, and it's going to be a problem because you have to wait until Newcastle realize that?
Okay, firstly, get Isak out of your head. Yeah,
no,
I don't know why you think
Woflie,
Newcastle need or will sell.
We don't do this mentality where you have the biggest target and available that could move this window, and you take yourself out of the shopping.
What makes you think he could move this window? Newcastle will not sell. He doesn't want to leave.
Newcastle will sell if somebody pays 130 million.
No, they won't. No, they won't. They won't.
Jords, you think 130 is cheap?
They won't sell.
You're not getting him for 130 million, bro. They paid 75 million from themselves.
You paid 105 for Declan Rice.
But they're going to want at least double. They're going to want at least 140 to 150 million, especially after he just won them a trophy.
Okay, we put 150 on the table. What are they going to do?
They're going to say no.
Then they might accept.
They're going to say no. Their Saudi owners have come out and said he's not going.
Okay.
If the Arabs come out, the money don't matter.
I think 150 million, but we give you 50
he's
million.
Not going.
Gal, what you need to see it like this is
150 million, we give you 50 million.
Gal, forget about that. Forget about that, bro. Like, Isak, Newcastle don't need the money. Their owners aren't starving for money.
Exactly.
The only money they need is to balance books. But what they will look at is, we can get 150 million for Isak, or we can sell 3 or 4 players and get 150 million pounds. They're more than likely to sell 3 or 4 players and get maybe like a Jacob Murphy, who, yes, they have good impact for them, but he's not as important as Isak. They will sell other players that are more, like them. Bro, they've got a lot of players that they can get rid of and make that 150 million pounds.
You know what it is, Jords? You know what pisses me off about this, like, Arsenal fan debate? Because they do this, yeah? They're like, what if we gave Arsenal 150? What if we, Newcastle 150, right? Where on God's green earth do you think you are that you think your board is going to splash 150 mil on Isak?
You know where we are? We are at the finish line where we need that final piece to get you over the line.
You needed that last summer. You know that, Egal.
And now that we have more squad depth, we are capable to go splash the cash where we need to.
You do not have squad depth.
Yes,
you do not have Saka got injured and Havertz is injured, and suddenly your whole season's fallen apart. Where's the squad depth?
The squad depth is considering when you look at the team from when they're fully fit, and you add in a striker and you add in a left winger, and
squad depth is when you pick up an injury and you can replace him. Maybe not to that level, but you have replacements.
If Isak is brought in, the backup is now Havertz. If Nico Williams is brought in, the backup is now Martinelli. With what we currently have in the midfield, we still need to bring in a Zubimendi and another player potentially.
How much do you think you're spending this summer?
Minimum 300 million. Minimum.
Gal, you've got to understand.
Bro, 1 second.
Sometimes we call
you guys don't understand.
300 million pounds.
Do you know last year how much did we spend?
I don't know, 150 or something.
100.
Last year
not even 100. You signed 4 players or something, 3 players.
They got Calafiori.
Last year we had a positive 10 million net profit on the whole year.
Forget about net spend, bro.
When you say net spend, you're doing it wrong.
Last year the club made money.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. What are you saying? Wait, let me just clarify, Egal. Can I just ask you? Are you saying that you spent 90 million, but you sold 100 million? Is that what you're saying?
Last year we bought like 80 million and we sold 90.
Then you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
This argument might work on Twitter, but we know how it works. Is like you, as you said, you bought Declan Rice for 105 million. The reason why you haven't bought that many players because you're paying 20 million or 25 or whatever.
Exactly. In amortization.
All these players that you've bought over the last couple of years when you spent loads of money, you're still paying for them. Just like when Chelsea and Man United owners and come out and said they're still paying for Sancho, despite he might leave in the summer.
George, you know what the most crucial thing is? You know what the most crucial thing is? The first thing through the door is contract renewals, because a lot of these new signings, if we do sign Isak, he will be getting paid the most.
Stop the Isak thing, bro. Newcastle do not need to sell him.
Woflie, just listen to what I'm saying before you jump. if we sign Isak, if we sign Sesko, if we sign Nico Williams, whoever we sign in the summer, we cannot afford to put them on astronomical wages and then not bring the rest of the team in line with those players, because then it's going to bring uproar. So we first need to get Saliba's, Saka's, and Gabriel's contracts in line, number one. Number two, then we can go and get the Nico Williams, the Seskos, or Isak, or whoever we want to bring in. If we do bring in Isak in, I view that as the ambitious signing to potentially go and get us the league title. If we bring in Sesko, Nico Williams, Zubamendi, they're all great players, but really and truly, guys, does that improve my team to go and guarantee a league title?
No.
Egal,
we're not saying that.
There's still a lot of work.
Forest have more chance of signing Gyökeres than you do of signing Isak.
Yeah, because Isak does not have a release clause. Where
it doesn't release clause or not, you ain't getting him. You ain't getting him.
What you said is not like like something that's like a wow moment.
All right, fine. Forest have more chance of signing Mbappe this summer than you of Isak.
That's not realistic. You're
exactly.
I just think this love with Isak from Arsenal. I know it comes from years ago because I'm pretty sure
we wanted him when he was
London. I know you was one of those guys, you know, following the taxi around the custom Rolls Royce that Isak played. I remember he's driving. He's at Harrods and people are following him. He's in London. He's in London. They'll go.
There's only one club. Harrods is closer to Chelsea, but you know he's in London, man.
We fucked up. We could have got him for 55 million. We could have got him
around 55, 60 mil, innit? Yeah.
We could have got him for 20 million from Dortmund.
But I generally don't think I think we need to start being realistic. Newcastle is a very, very exciting project right now. I don't think many of their players are going to be looking to leave. And also, I think it's going to start getting to a point where Newcastle is going to be more attractive than some of our other clubs. And that's what people need to start worrying about.
I think Arsenal is still...
We all remember when Newcastle got this takeover, we're all saying, oh, yeah, they're going to be a giant. They're going to be a juggernaut. It's been 3 or 4 years now. Like, that's coming real soon. We do know that.
A lot of people are...
Newcastle juggernaut is coming real soon.
That's why a lot of people are hoping they don't get top 4. Because if they get top 4, it's peak for a lot of people. Chelsea, for example.
You need top 5. Let's get it right. It's top 5 they need.
Top 5, yeah. If they get top 4 over Chelsea, it's peak for Chelsea. But it's also peak for anybody who wants their players. Because they're not going nowhere if they get Champions League football.
So you want Newcastle not to get Champions League, do you?
And it's peak for you too, bro. Man United also, because they're taking your spot in the league, basically.
It's been peak for us, bro. It's been peak for us. Like, no, there's no surprise about that. It has been peak.
Yeah. Do not interrupt when Lee interrupts you. What?
Huh?
I don't know.
Egal, do you not get frustrated when Lee interrupts you?
Everyone interrupts everyone nowadays. This is YouTube. This is how you have to get your word in. To get your word in.
Fight for your voice. By the way, Nigeria 2-0 up.
Let's end it off on this section. Arsenal, this is what I'm expecting Arsenal to do in the summer. And you guys tell me if you think this is good enough to challenge next season. We keep what we have, right? We keep what we currently have. But then we improve in the midfield by bringing in Zubamendi and potentially one more player that can play as an 8 and as an 8 and a 10 with Zubamendi. So I don't know who that is yet, but we'll have to wait and see. And then Nico Williams, Sesko. So that's 4 players plus a goalkeeper, backup goalkeeper, because our backup goalkeeper right now is on loan and we don't even own him. So bring him in, which is going to be Garcia. And then probably one more defender, because in case you don't know, Kieran Tierney is going to leave. Zinchenko is going to leave.
He's your best left back.
Kivior is probably going to be going. And that's 3 defenders gone. We're going to probably bring in one more cheap defender that can cover as a center back and as a...
I can't believe you think again this many players.
Yeah, I can't even lie, Egal. I'm lost.
He just reeling up. This was scenario 1, man.
Give me an easy scenario. Like, what players are coming?
Easy scenario. We're bringing in 4 players that matter. We're bringing in 2 a backup keeper and a 5th choice defender.
Forget the backups, man. Forget the backups.
Signing 7 players.
No, we're signing 6 players. 2 backups that are worth the equivalent of
4 first-team players. You're saying
15 and 10 million each, respectively, and then a 50 million pound winger, an 80 to 100 million pound striker, a 50 million pound midfielder, and another 20 to 50 million pound midfielder.
Okay, so just wait. Do you know why I'm confused? Yeah, you know why I'm confused.
Yeah, later, cuz.
No, I'm here. I just decided I'll go pray Asad now.
Big up.
Then that means I don't need to leave for another like 15 minutes.
Big up.
Egal, I'm
But
really,
yeah, let me
really
just count
confused.
the money.
You need 4 first-team players.
Nico Williams, 50 million. Okay. Zubamendi, 50 million. That's 100 million. Forget about that, right? Right away. Next, I'm talking another 80 to 100 million for a striker.
Wait, I thought you needed 150 for Isak.
Yeah, I thought you needed 150.
Yeah.
You guys told me Isak's not realistic.
This is your scenario.
Okay. Well, if we're getting Isak, forget about Nico Williams then. Isak.
Well, you can't just ditch Nico Williams, right? I mean, how's he gonna feel, bro?
Listen to what I'm saying, though. If we're gonna get if we're getting Isak for 150, we're gonna go get Leroy Sané on a free.
For real, Miser.
Right. So Isak, Leroy Sané, or Sesko, Nico Williams. That's our those are the two roads we're looking at, depending on which one we can actually get realistically. The midfield though stays the same regardless. Midfield, we're gonna invest at least another 100 to 80 million on the midfield. That's what I think.
I'm not gonna lie. Whoever said, I think Woflie, I heard you say it before. I went off quickly. Yeah, 130 million. They're not turning that down.
They are turning it down.
I don't think they turn that down because I feel like they could reinvest that PSO, that crap. Anyways, I feel I would trust them not to go and reinvest a lot of that and more into first teamers and squad more than what they might be limited to.
Should I tell you why I think they turn it down?
And I was going to say, but my counter argument would be if they get Champions League football now, that means they don't have to spend as stupid as they did before with all that upfront fees, Tonali and stuff, and they just build on it. Because I look at Newcastle, right, and I feel like cool, they got a great team right now as we stand. They go get themselves a goalkeeper, which they are in James Trafford, which I think is solid. They go get a centre back who they've been chasing. It might be Gay, it might be someone else. Botman's out to them. They might need to get somebody else, but Dan Burn is doing an amazing job at the moment. Whatever. They go get themselves a proper right winger and Burmo and Bremo, just someone that's just more capable than I think Murphy's a great squad player. Then all of a sudden they don't really need it. So you're just selling for the sake of selling. Like at this point, it's like what you can retain your best players.
That's exactly my point. Because if you get rid of Isak, if I'm Newcastle right now, if I get rid of Isak for let's say 150 million, yeah, I'm gonna need to invest about 80 million of that to find someone who might be towards the standards. Huh?
Gyökeres.
Yeah, okay. So I've already wasted 80 million of that 150 million pot anyway to go and buy a striker who I'm not sure will fit into the system versus a striker that I already know does fit into a system.
But think about it. If they don't get Champions League football and he doesn't want to re-sign, what choice do they have?
But he hasn't got 6 months left on his contract.
I know, but still.
He's got 3.5 years.
Yeah.
But still,
3.5 years.
You can force a move if you're a player like that.
He doesn't want to leave, bro. I don't get what you're saying. He doesn't want to leave.
He doesn't want to leave. If they don't get Champions League football and Arsenal or Liverpool come knocking, he'll leave.
Yeah, but they are likely to get Champions League football.
So you're thinking Chelsea's not likely to get Champions League football?
Yeah, Chelsea won't get Champions League.
Wow.
What, you think Chelsea will?
Chelsea are one of the favorites to get Champions
League.
League.
Have you seen their running? Have you seen their